Hey, all you zealous zerglings, we are on the map Extinction for a 2 versus 2, where we've got Contrarian spawning as the green Protoss, and his ally is Dunamai as the teal Zerg. And their opponents are Spartan, the pink Protoss, and Bocephus, the yellow Protoss. And it looks like, I don't know if this is a random chance or this is the way this map is designed when you select 2 versus 2, but they are on the absolute opposite corners of the map, taking up both rear bases, which that should be interesting. It actually will be kind of hard to scout their front here until they expand, but they should be able to set up a rather tight perimeter. I mean, he has to defend here and here, which is pretty easy to swing back and forth. And if maybe he happened to get Observer up here, which probably won't by the time he expands, he can, get really good vision up here. And likewise, here and here, just a couple of places to defend. And, well, I guess they have to defend up this middle here too, but I don't think anyone's going to attack up the middle right now, because they basically have to run in one of these bases and then down through here. That would just be absurd. Who would do such a thing? We're going to have to see how this works out. Maybe we'll see some great Infester play. Sorry, I don't know if you saw my last cast, but there was a lot of discussions about that particular game that went on. So I just thought I'd kind of throw a plug in there for it. And we do have an early expansion for Dunamai. I'm curious how well he considered his choices here. Now, this is a fine base, don't get me wrong. It's got a lovely view of the lowlands, and he's got some defendable high ground and stuff, but this base is closer, and this base is kind of closer to his allies, so it makes me wonder if either one of them would have been a better choice. I know Bocephus has got a probe poking around here. He doesn't have a forge going up, does he? No, he does not, so we're not going to see any sort of cannon rushing going on just right now. He's just going to sit right here. But I don't know, is this the right choice for his first base? Now, if he can hold it, it'll give him easier bases to take later on, I think. But it's all about that first base placement, especially when there are so many choices. I mean, you could have chosen to go over here for all I know. Sometimes trying to snag those golds off the beaten path does pay off. And it looks like we do Contrarian got his probe kind of scouting around there. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a forge. Yeah, he has already got his warp gate research on the way, getting out his first stalker. First zealot is already out here. Don't expect to see too much need for it right now. I don't see them getting very aggressive, and they'd have a long way to go without warp gates going. And in fact, Spartan's not have that warp gate started yet. He does have the gas for it, but he's too busy. He's too busy at the Kentucky Derby of probes as he's chasing that one down. He is getting a forge up, and that should have been scouted. Oh, Contrarian, he wants to keep this scout going on, and he is going to scout the expansion, which means he knows there's not sort of any aggression coming. He's got to be careful of that probe, though. Those shields have been taken down. Not taking any hull damage just yet, so it'll be okay. And, oh, we got Bocephus on that watchtower. He can see the lings are out now. No speed yet, but it has been started. Apparently, he has started one Zergling speed upgrade because, well, he couldn't afford to get 2. Really? No. I wonder why he's not going to at least check that watchtower. That probe is just going to be sitting there watching everything going on through here. He does have the base up. Queen is on it. He needs to get those drones going. Let's check the income right now, because why not? And we do have Contrarian and Bocephus are doing the best right now. Dunamai's really got to get that economy rolling, though. Now that he's got 2 bases and 2 queens injecting those larvae, he does have an Evo chamber on the way, and it looks like that Bocephus is going to take this low ground expansion a little closer to his ally. And is that probe still here? Oh no, that's a stalker. Ooh, there was a stalker there from Contrarian. I don't see what kind of damage he did. Can't imagine it was anything significant, really. And so it's going to be backtracing around there. It looks like the probe is going to get out of there, though. Another stalker poking out there. Got to be careful. He can kite the zealot, however, although he can't probably see it just yet. No, he can't see it, which means the zealot's going to have a chance to get a few pokes in. He's got to micro that stalker. He's not paying attention to the stalker. Oh, and he's going to take unnecessary damage. He's going to try to kite that zealot. I'll see how long he can do it for. He could technically do this indefinitely, but it looks like the zealot is going to give up. But, oh, Contrarian's not ready to give up chase. Oh, no, he's ready to give up chase. He's done. They're both gonna retreat to their respective... Can you see that again? Again, he's gonna let the Zealot get in some pokes, but he does get out of the way. Oh, but no, he took some unnecessary hits there. And he's trying to kite this. These other Stalkers, though, they should be able... I don't even think this is micro on Bocephus' part. I think the Zealot's just like, fine, you're gonna run away, I'm done. But he will be able to finish it off. No further damage done. And we do have quite a few Lings coming out now. Oh, he did manage to clear out that watchtower. Which one of those lucky Lings got the kill? That one. Oh, that little guy right there. He's got probe death on his mind. And Contrarian is going to take a forward position here. He's going to see anything coming up this lane. I don't know, are they going to do anything about it? Right now, Spartan's getting a very defensive position, putting up cannons there. Oh, but he's not rallying his probes. Oh, he does catch that immediately. He's got to get that rally point set. There he goes. Got the rally point set. And yeah, he's just going for defensive right now, putting cannons up. He does have a robo out. I don't think he's gotten any sort of tech out of it just yet. And he does have +1 attack on the way. And oh, someone's going to find the V key again. But we do have a Spire going down for Dunamai. This should be up in time before any significant air gets out. And then he'll be able to get out with some decent amount of anti-air, I think. Oh, he's actually getting a Void Ray out, but oh, he's supply blocked. Supply blocked. How much Void Rays? 3 supply. Oh yeah, so that once that pylon finishes, it will start his first Void Ray, but gonna put him a little bit behind. And getting a second Cybernetics Core, so he's going full on air, which means they're gonna have to get aggressive. It looks like Contrarian wants to get aggressive. He's gonna do a Warp Prism drop, getting 3 Zealots in there. What's he gonna be warping in? Looks like he's going to warp in some more Zealots. Yep, all Zealots. I don't think he's got any DT tech yet. Well, we haven't been to his base in a while, so he could be up to anything. He's going to see that base is just fine, and he's going to circumvent the cannons. I don't think Spartan sees this, but now he's gotten wind of it. But does he have enough for it? Like I said, these Stalkers can kite them all day, and they can just run right back to the cannons. So I'm not sure how effective he's going to be able to do. What he should do is take 4 of his Zealots, run them at the Stalkers, and put the rest of them in the drone line. Instead, he's going to pop into the probe line. He's just going to put them in the whole position to do as much damage as he can. But it's not going to last for very long, I think. And, oh, looks like we had Dunamai poked out with some Zealots, or some Zerglings, but I think these Zealots probably pushed him off, and the Void Ray. But if he spotted that Void Ray tech, and there's going to be some losses right there. A lot of workers were cleaned out of there. 11 units lost. That's got to be mostly probes. In fact, yeah, I think that is all probes. So a lot of damage done there with just a simple Warp Prism drop. But is he going to be ready for this airplay? He's getting double Forge upgrades. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for, does he have a Twilight Council? No, he does not, so Blink's not going to be on the way. He may want to get that if this airplay continues, and we are pumping out a couple Void Rays at a time, and the Zergling's going to pop in here. There's some pylons here, but there's nothing else. There's no units, there's no cannons. They're going to spot that probe, which is going to alert him that there's somebody here, so I don't know if that was worth the probe. Instead, he's just going to clean out those pylons, which will supply block him. Well, he does have 3 pylons on the way to make up for that, but he's going to probably have to build 1 or 2 more just to make up for these, because that 1 pylon is not going to get him much in the way of supply. And then and he's going to burrow. I don't think he has robo tech right now, so he does not have any vision of what is under there, and he may not even realize that the Zerglings are still there. He might think he killed them off. Corruptor's on the way, +1 attack, +2 armor for his ground army. We do finally have Blank on the way, so that Twilight Council finally went up somewhere. And, oh, using that Warp Prism to take the island base, that is a great idea. Are any of his allies going to think about it? And we do have the robotics facility coming from Bocephus. Is he going to try to get an observer out? He could just ask his ally to send an observer over there. He might know that there's still Zerglings there. And a 3rd base going down for Dunamai seems kind of late. No one's really expanding that heavily. I guess both of them are Contrarian and Dunamai going to be expanding at the same time. And he's getting the Corruptor count up. How many Corruptors does he have just now? He's got 9. That's actually pretty good. Although there's still going to be a lot of Void Rays coming out. Oh, but he's going to switch up to Fleet Beacon. I don't know if this is just to get the upgrades, but I think he's going to try to mix in some carriers. I don't know if this is a good idea, but if they let him get too many going, it could be disastrous. And here comes that observer out. He's got that rally. Well, he's got it rallied here, so I don't think he's aware that these Zerglings are still here, but we'll have to see. And what is Spartan up to? He's not really going for much right now. He's just got some Stalkers, it looks like. Does he have units elsewhere? No, just the Stalkers. He looks like he wants to go for Colossus tech. Has not begun Colossus production just yet, though. He is going to be getting Blink. So it's going to be hard for him. I think he's going to need another base if he's going for all this tech. He's trying to get Blink Stalkers and Colossus, and he just does not have the gas income for this right now. And not even fully saturated on that geyser. He needs to get a third base up, I think. And nobody on this geyser. No wonder he's so pitifully low on gas. And it looks like Contrarian's going to be scouting the expansion, sees there's nothing taken over there, and Bocephus is going to be taking this base. He's going to need it. If he's going to switch to carriers, which I don't see that yet. Again, this could just be for his air upgrades, although he hasn't started level 2 just yet, nor has he started any carriers, so I'm not really sure what the fleet beacon is for. And he's not even going for any of the upgrades, so we'll have to see where this goes. And Spartan's gonna be taking this base. He's gonna need to take the gas. He's gonna need to take his own gas. Oh, he finally got that one taken care of. Still undersaturated there, however. And yep, finally gonna clean up those Zerglings. So he was aware that they were still hiding there. Although he easily could have snuck them out there at any time, I think, and they would have taken some casualties, but they would have gotten away, I think. And Overseer for Dunamai. And definitely getting those Corruptors up. Maybe want to get some more upgrades. He does have +2 on the way, +2 attack for his Zerglings, and +2 or +1 ranged ground attack. But does he have any use for this? Does he have a Roach Warren? Does he have a Hydralisk Den? He does not. I mean, he's got an Infestation Pit. He could use that for his Infested Terrans, because they still do benefit from that upgrade. And it looks like Contrarian's going to be trying to attack here. But he's got to be careful. There's a lot of cannons there. He's going to try to focus down the pylon, but I don't know. 4 cannons, 2 pylons. What do you focus down? I am not entirely sure. And he's going to wait for the rest of his army, but there's a warp in of Stalkers in the background here, and he does get one of the pylons, but there's still another one up. He's going to try to focus that down, and it's going to depower those cannons, and it's just going to be up to taking down these Stalkers now, which I think he's got enough to take care of. He does have superior upgrades, 1-1 versus 2-2. And we do have a Hydralisk Den on the way, so I guess he is going to focus on some anti-air. Oh, but he's got to be careful. Those Stalkers do have Blink. They can blink forward and take out those Corruptors. He needs to keep those alive in case they need to handle that Air Force right now. But right now, the Stalkers of Contrarian are in Spartan's main, and he's trying to get out the Colossus range upgrade, but he's not getting out any Colossus yet. So I don't know about this. And he's going. Oh, is he going to focus this down? No, he's not going to be able to stop the upgrade or take out the Colossus tech. He's just going to try to get out of there. And, oh no, that's his Observer. So they did manage to fend that off, but at what cost? There had to have been a lot of damage taken there. And he's just going pure Blink Stalker right now. 3-3 upgrades on the way. And I assume he'll start working on shields. We got Adrenal Glands coming up, so he's going to be going heavy into that Zergling tech, which could be great. If they've just got Stalkers right now, Stalker Void Ray, I mean, they can't shoot the Void Rays, but they can run around them and cause a lot of damage to these bases. So one of them is going to have to get out some Zergling defense, because if he gets too many of these cracklings up, that could be disastrous. And +3 air attack on the way. You may want to start considering getting some armor upgrades just to have a little more survivability against those Void Rays, which can do a lot of damage when left unchecked, and there are a lot of Void Rays coming. +2 attack just about to finish. +2 armor is on the way. +2 attack is now finished. And he's adding on more gateways. He's just got a few zealots, though. But I would advise it, yeah, definitely get some gateways out there. So if he needs to make an emergency tech switch, like maybe get some mass zealots out to defend against the Zergling counterattack, he is definitely going to need some extra gateways. He might even consider just walling this off with gateways. Or maybe, better yet, walling this off with gateways. It'll prevent any link counterattack that could be mustered up. And we do have Corruptors building this. Is he going to go for a Greater Spire? I think I'd advise against it this time. But it looks like we do have another Stalker offensive. But, oh no, he's just checking that expansion. Sees that it is not taken yet. And taking this island base. Well, it's pretty easy to defend. So it's pretty easy for him to get it because he had the Warp Prism technology. But, I mean, they could always grab this later if they wanted. So I don't know if it's really that clever to grab this base whenever you can. But, you know, once you can, it's pretty nice just to know that you can just not worry about it anymore. And finally, we're going to get some Colossus out. That will definitely help if there are any sort of Zergling counterattacks. But we do have some Corruptors. Those Zealots are absolutely worthless here. Let's see, does he have enough Corruptors to focus down these Void Rays? He's not using his Corruption ability. I think there's enough Void Rays to focus these down, but he is doing significant damage, which is going to really put him at a disadvantage with all the Blink Stalkers out there. Oh, and he didn't even focus it down. He could have gotten that Warp Prism, or that Void Ray, but he did not. Was not able to focus down. Meanwhile, we got the, if I click the counterattack over here, Contrarian's going to blink in. to get the surround, I guess. I don't know if that's absolutely necessary, but it looks like he's going to just have enough. Do we have any ability to warp in some more stalkers? I don't know. He might want to. Well, focusing down the pylon isn't really going to do much right here. Oh, we left that alive, but. And here come the zealots for Bocephus, going to be trying to take care of that. But in the meanwhile, we have a counterattack here of Void Rays, and with all those corruptors gone, he's a little bit left in trouble here. He's going to try to get up a lot of spores. Although once the Void Rays start focusing on them, or they can just run away. But the Blink Stalkers are still loose in the base, but they got a lot of cannons to deal with. And I don't know if I agree with this. If you want to focus down the spores, because once he gets those up, his main's kind of safe. You're going to have a hard time dealing with that. He's got more corruptors out. You've got to try to bait him back into the spores. Bait him back into the spores. Pull back into the spores. You've got to, and with the Blink Stalkers, he's going to have a hard time getting these Void Rays out of here. He's going to have to retreat. No, oh, he's going to turn around. I don't know if that was a good idea, because now a Blink forward is going to cost several Void Ray pilots their lives. Another one goes down. Can they get that one? Can he? Yes. Oh, and he just manages to clip it. And still a couple of Stalkers alive. I think they've managed to deal with it, but at what cost? I mean, it had to have been huge losses there. He's got +3 attack on the way, but his Void Ray forces have been absolutely decimated. If we check his Void Ray count, it is at 10. I don't know where he's hiding the rest of them. Well, there's some right there, which are in vision range of the Creep Tumor. So his Void Rays are getting a little bit split up. He's got to be careful, because they are not as powerful when they're not in a big cluster. Unless they have some sort of support. And we do have a switch. Oh no, that's Contrarian switching over to carriers right now. Getting the Graviton Catapult. Only getting +1/+1 upgrades. I don't know if I agree with this. I mean, they do know that there's Void Ray tech out there, and he's putting upgrades into it. On the other hand, they lost quite a few Void Rays there, so he cannot go too heavily into Corruptors, or into carriers. So I don't know if I entirely agree with this decision. We have the Corruptor tech out for Dunamite, and he has been putting money into it, +3 attack. Needs to just get some armor on those things, which I don't see any of that coming just yet. Needs some more gas, perhaps, which I guess he's got to build this gas or rebuild this gas. I think that the gas got destroyed. And a couple of Mutas are just going to poke around, maybe do a little bit of damage, just maybe do a little bit of scouting. But it looks like those Void Ray losses on top of Contrarian Stalker harassment may be too much for them to come back from. Have they lost too much economy? Have they lost too much of their armies that they aren't going to be able to recover from this? I don't know. If we check the army sizes right now, it is 310 versus, well, 300. They're pretty close in army supply. If we check the income, Contrarian's got a huge economy. I mean, massive economy advantage right now. And that could be the difference right now. Otherwise, they might be fairly even. And here comes some mass zealots. He does not rebuild his cannon force, and he's not really been putting the upgrades into his zealots. Well, we got 3/3 zealots with no charge. Well, neither zealots have charge, but it's nice to see some charge. But I think he has the superior upgrades and superior numbers, so he's going to win this battle pretty handily. And while he's working, he's getting a mothership out. He's building 4 carriers at the time, which with his economy, he can basically build whatever he wants right now. I'm going to really keep an eye on what's going on. A lot of pylons here, just to guess keep an eye on things, not for any sort of emergency warping. And we have a massive Zealot Void Ray force. The Zealots are, well, the Zealots are pretty much there for... You know, you're dealing with my Void Rays. My Zealots can do stuff with you. Well, they'll be able to do a lot against those spores. Are they going to be ready for this? There's not enough Corruptors here. There's simply not enough Corruptors. But if they spotted this coming, they may have time to. Dissipate. Actually, there's more Corruptors here than I thought. And if he can hit these Void Rays before they can, you know, get into allowing the Zealots to do any damage, well, that's so much for that. And it looks like the carriers from Contrarian are pulling over, but I mean, the superior upgrades are definitely going to go to the Void Rays, but he's going to hold back. It looks like they're going to allow this base to get sacked, which may be the right decision. And now they're going to strike. The Stalkers are going to hold up the Zealots. The Corruptors are going to go into the Void Rays, and if they obliterate the Void Rays, oh, they're just getting slaughtered! Oh, and Bocephus can't believe it, and now without any air support, the Zealots are they're in a shooting gallery right now. Their best bet is to basically do as much damage as possible before they all die, but they got to run right through this carrier force in order to do it. But there's still quite a few Zealots left, and if they had upgrades in charge, they could probably do quite a bit of damage, but they're going to slowly be thinning out. But meanwhile, we got a counterattack here. Stalker Zealot. Oh, the probes! Oh, he caught that just in time. Managed to save most of the probes. These photon cannons are in a great position. It's really going to confuse the Zealots. And the Corruptors need to at least take out that, yeah, at least take it, shoot, there you go, and now get out. And now get out. You cannot afford to lose those. And here comes a massive amount of Lings, which the Stalkers are going to get away. And what kind of upgrades are on those? I guess I can click the Stalkers to check the upgrades. +3 attack, so they will cut through those Zerglings, which I don't know if he's been focusing on his Zergling upgrades. 2-2, not bad. +3 attack on the way. But they did manage to deflect that attack, and I think that might have been the backbreaking blow. They just couldn't do the damage. I give them credit. They had the patience to wait until the carriers were in position before those Corruptors went in, and then just brought all sorts of pain to that attacking army. And if they had attacked, if they like maybe pushed up here or attacked anywhere sooner, I mean they were kind of poking around here and stuff. They weren't really committing, and that gave them the time to coordinate their forces. That may have been the downfall. And now with the superior army and the superior economy, there's just nothing left they can do at this point. It's all academic. And with the mothership here, kind of watching, and there goes Spartan. He realizes there's nothing left to do. And well, there's the GG from Dunamai, although no one actually gave him the GG, unless I missed it. Did I miss the GG? I don't think I saw it. And what is Bocephus doing? You're going to try to pump out some Void Rays, 7 at a time. Although if they get wins on this air farm over here, you're not going to get much out. I mean, you've only got 8 out. Well, you got a couple of carrots now. It's just I don't know what he intends to do. He's going to have a smaller force than what got crushed last time. Is he going to counterattack? I mean, on the plus side, the mothership can't mass recall from here. She can only mass recall to here. But really, there's nothing they do at this point. There's going to be a Ling counterattack. Which, yeah, he's gonna try this force, but there's just too much. There goes the Corruptions now this time, because he's got the luxury of, well, he could actually try attacking. There you go. More air. Well, Bocephus, I would like to point out that you did start it, and that Contrarian was not going air tech until he saw yours. And there's the GG, so I hope you enjoyed this game, and have a day.